Hope you guys had a good night last night. It's not the best night for us. My best lineup hit at 265. I had Anthony Davis in both of my lineups. I got him right. Fortunately, I also had Alex Len in both of my lineups and Felicio. Alex Len at 5'8" just killed me, just getting 8 DraftKings points. Lots of the Suns, like all 3 of the Suns' big guys fouled out, which was kind of funny. Like at the end of the game, they had TJ Warren running at the 5 pretty much. Yeah, Alex Len just was a huge disappointment. But anyway, we go on to tonight. We got a 6-game slate. It's looking pretty nice. I think there's some good ways to pivot off some of the chalk. And let's dive right into it. So at point guard, I'm going to keep playing TOMAS SATORANSKY at 5'8". People just keep on underestimating him. He has just been amazing. His price tag just hasn't been rising a lot. And just look at his last game against Philly. He took 3 shots in the game. 3 shots total, and he still managed to finish with 32 DraftKings points. His upside is insane if he just shoots the ball more, because he is making his shots. He's so efficient from the floor. But even though he's not taking a lot of shots, you see the amount of assists he's been getting. 2 out of the last 4, he's gotten double-digit assists. Also getting crashing the boards as well. He does a little bit of everything at 5.8. Has 40-point upside. He maybe even has a triple-double upside if he continues to be aggressive on the boards. And it is a fine matchup. This is the game I want to talk about, Washington at Milwaukee. I think that is a great pivot off in GPPs off the Clippers-Denver game. I think the Clippers-Denver game is going to be a nice game. But depending on the status of Paul Millsap, that will really kind of determine how we can attack it. And if Paul Millsap, how many minutes he's going to play. I wouldn't assume he'll play more than 15, but that's still 15 minutes that's being taken away from Wilson Chandler, Trey Lyles, Mason Plumlee, all those Nuggets guys. So, yeah, once we get the word on Paul Millsap, it should clear some things up for that game. But I really think this Washington Bucks game is going to go under-owned because everyone's going to go to the Denver game. But I think that's a mistake. Both of these teams are playing great. Should be a very competitive game. And at 5'8", TOMAS SATORANSKY just has great upside. I'm going to be playing him at 5,800. At shooting guard, one piece I do like from the Nuggets guys, from Nuggets players that is very just consistent and reliable most of the time, is Gary Harris at 6K. Gets a great matchup against this Clippers team. It should be a very fast-paced game. Has the highest total on the board at 232. Gary Harris is very consistent. At 6K, I mean, he has 6x upside easily, especially in a game that's going to turn to a shootout most likely. Last game, he did not shoot the ball at all. Did not shoot the ball well at all, just 2 from 12 from the field. But he did get 5 steals. He is a great defensive player. Man, I think he's very safe at home in this matchup. Went off for 34 against them earlier this year. It's right around 6x value, so I think he's a great play for cash games and even has GP upside as well because if his shot's falling, he can just put up points in bunches. All right, small forward, I'm going right back to the Washington game. Go on to the Bucks side, and let's talk about Khris Middleton at 6'7". Khris Middleton, once again, is just a very safe, consistent player. Price tag has taken a big drop, like just a couple weeks ago. He was in the high 7Ks. So he was 7,600 in some of these games. But at 6'7", at home against Washington, the matchup is fine against Otto Porter. Does have great upside as well. I think there's a lot to like with him at this price tag. And in this matchup, I mean, this game has a relatively high total as well. So I think at 6'7", Khris Middleton, really nice safe play, as well as he does have some upside. All right, let's go on to power forward. I'm just going to mention some, but I'm going to skip it as giving my plays. Power forward, I mean, Tobias Harris is jacked up to 76. Not really loving that price tag, especially if Gallinari plays. There's no way I would even consider that. But if Gallinari does play at 6K, I think he's a nice option. Gets the revenge narrative going back to Denver. And he does play big minutes for the Clippers. So I think he's a great play at 6K if he is able to give it a go. And we do get that word before lock. And then, I mean, Wilson Chandler at 52 is fine. But, Paul Millsap's going to take away some of his minutes. So, once we get the word on Millsap, make that decision will become a lot easier. But I'm looking at some of these value plays. I think Markieff Morris at 4'9" against Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a pretty bad rebounding team, ranked 26 in the league. Markieff Morris, minutes have been kind of irregular, but the last game was kind of a blowout against Philly as well as against Charlotte. So you will see close to 30 minutes if you can stay out of foul trouble. And just has a very safe floor. Just getting right around like 5.5 to 6x value in all the games since John Wall's been out. Does have upside to get you like close to 40 DraftKings points as well. And I think in this matchup he's fine. So at 4.9 he's definitely on my list as potential options. And then if you want to spend down a bit, I think Jabari Parker at 4.3 makes a lot of sense. Got 24 minutes last game. His minutes continue to trend up the last two. Could be seeing around 25 to 27 tonight. And he has 30 to 35 point upside at 4.3. I think he's a fine option if you want to looking for a cheap play. But I said I'm going to skip it. So, but if I had to pick, it'll be one of those two most likely. And then at center, let's go to Joel Embiid at 9.4. I love playing Joel Embiid. Now his price tag is at 9.4. That's the cheapest price tag he's been in months. It is, this game is going to go overlooked, but it's fine. I mean, this has one of the closest spreads on the day at just 1.5. And the two games that Philly and Miami has played this year have been really, really close. So there's a chance this game could go into overtime. Obviously, you can't predict that, but there is definitely a chance with the 1.5 spread. Embiid earlier this season against his team just dropped 41. Didn't play particularly well. Just shot 7 of 17 from the floor. But over his past couple games, he's just been taking a lot of shots, as you see. Been getting lots and lots of rebounds as well. And he just has huge upside. I mean, at this price tag, 70-point upside with him. I think he's fine at 9.4. I do like him a lot. Other options at center I do have my eye on. I go right to this Charlotte game with Dwight Howard at 8.4. Since the Chicago plugged in Felicio, the Bulls have just been getting hammered against centers. Felicio is absolute garbage. And Dwight Howard has big upside in the spot. 20-20 upside, as well as Dwight Howard does get blocks as well. So I think Dwight Howard at 8.4 is a nice option to go with. And then Nurkic at 6.8 is interesting against Sacramento. Nurkic has been playing well. 2 out of his last 3 he's gotten over 40. He's going to go overlooked in the spot, most likely. And it is one of the best matchups for centers against the Kings. So I like him at 6.8. But I skipped over power forward because I want to talk about another guard I like. There's guard heavy today. There's lots and lots of good guard options. Let's talk about Bradley Beal. I didn't mention him, but at 8.9, I think he's a very nice play. This game should stay very close. And Milwaukee has just been really bad against shooting guards lately since Malcolm Brogdon's been out. They've been getting hammered against guards. So I think at 8.9, the price tag is steep. I don't know if we're going to get over 6x upside with him, but obviously with Bradley Beal, we do see it right here. He does have 60-point upside, even 70-point upside with Bradley Beal. So I think he's worth a look in tournaments. Ben Simmons at 8.7 I think he's a fine play as well. Kemba Walker at 8.6, great matchup against the Bulls, but I'm going to go back into the 7Ks with my guard. Go with Eric Bledsoe at 7.3. Bledsoe has seen a huge usage bump without Malcolm Brogdon in there, taking about 15 shots a game, double-digit shots a game, and just been very consistent in like the past couple weeks. Averaging right around 40 DraftKings points during that span. Gets you right about 6x value, and Bledsoe does have big upside as well. And his shot's been falling, as you see. He's been shooting the ball great. Matchup against SATORANSKY is not difficult at all. Bledsoe is a very good offensive player, and I think he's fine at 7.3. So if I want to get my Milwaukee Bucks exposure, I think Giannis is in a good spot, but I think Bledsoe and Middleton are good ways to get some exposure to the Milwaukee side. And those are the 5 guys I have as of now. We should be seeing some word. Should be getting some injury news soon because a couple teams are on back-to-backs. I'd like to rest some players, especially with the Brooklyn Nets. Joe Harris is a potential value option at 4K. He's been seeing a lot of minutes, and especially if LeVert and Hollis Jefferson are out, I think at 4K against Cleveland, good shot to get 6.6 value, and also does have big upside as well. So he's one of my favorite options at guard value options. But that will do it for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and good luck.